Welcome to a new Infinity video tutorial. Infinity is a tabletop wargame that uses 28mm metal miniatures to simulate sci-fi skirmishes in a near-future setting influenced by high-tech manga aesthetics. In this tutorial video, we will look into the modifiers that affect your dice rolls, specifically the two that you must always keep in mind: range and cover. To do this, we'll be using the upcoming Operation Red Veil Battle Pack, the very best way to get into Infinity. 1. Range. Depending on the distance to your target, your firearm's accuracy may vary dramatically. Adding modifiers to the value of your ballistic skill attribute, or BS. Let's see how it works. Here are a Jianshi and a Gulam, two enemy soldiers. The first wields a combi rifle, a weapon meant for short and medium range combat, while the second carries a rifle, a weapon meant for medium range. However, in this instance, they are both outside their firearm's optimal range, so they suffer a penalty, a -3 modifier. They would usually shoot at their ballistic skill value of 11, but a -3 modifier means they need to roll an 8 or under to hit. Any die results over 8 will miss. What if we were to substitute the Jianshi for a soldier armed with a long-range weapon that shines at this distance? Meet the Xian warrior, who has BS 14 and wields a fearsome heavy machine gun, or HMG, a medium to long-range weapon. At this range, the HMG enjoys a +3 modifier, which is added to the Xian warrior's BS value. That means he will be hitting with results of 17 or below. By contrast, the Gulam still needs to roll an 8 or below to hit. As you can see, these differences add up to a sizable gap. Let's see how it plays out. The Xian, in his active turn, unloads his HMG's full burst. That's 4 dice in his favor. He rolls 1, 7, 13, and 19. The courageous Gulam only rolls 1 die in his reactive turn, and he gets a 3. The resolution of this face-to-face roll dictates that the Gulam's 3 cancels out the Xian's 1, but the 7 and the 13 translate into successful hits. The die that rolled 19 is a miss. The Gulam must now make 2 armor rolls, 1 for each hit. The heavy machine gun has damage 15, so the Gulam needs to roll above 15 in each of his armor rolls to live. The Gulam rolls a 3 and a 17. After adding his armor, he gets a 4 and an 18. The 18 is enough to save one of the impacts, but the 4 fails to save his skin. The projectile pierces the soldier's body armor. He's wounded and falls unconscious. Cover. A model is considered to have partial cover when its base is touching a piece of scenery that hides part of its silhouette from the enemy. A model can never benefit from partial cover if it is not in contact with the piece of scenery, even if it's partially hidden by it. Partial cover gives you beneficial modifiers and is a key tactical asset. Specifically, partial cover gives you a +3 modifier to your armor rolls and imposes a -3 modifier to the ballistic skill of enemies shooting at you. Let's see an example. Here's a Jianshi in his active turn. This soldier declares he'll move and runs into a Gulam in cover. The Jianshi opens fire and the Gulam reacts by shooting back. Since his foe is in cover, the Jianshi suffers a -3 modifier to his shooting. Applied to his BS attribute, which is 11, it means only results of 8 and below will hit. Since the Jianshi is in his active turn, he benefits from his firearm's full burst value, in this case 3. The Gulam, using his automatic reaction order, only gets to shoot once. This is how the firefight unfolds. The Jianshi gets these results: 4, 7, and 14. That's 2 hits and 1 miss. The Gulam rolls a 5, 1 hit. The Gulam's shot cancels out all inferior results, in this case the 4. But the die that rolled 7 hits true. The 14 is discarded as a miss. The Gulam has been hit and needs 1 successful armor roll. He must roll above the weapon's damage, 13, but this time he has a +3 modifier for being behind partial cover. So the die rolls and shows a 10. Then we add the Gulam's armor, which is 1, and the extra 3 from the cover. The final result is 14, enough to deflect the damage 13 impact. The Gulam survives. As you can see, these modifiers give Infinity Troopers a strong motivation to move as real-life soldiers would, seeking cover and keeping enemy combatants within their guns' optimal range. Thank you for watching, And don't forget to visit infinitythegame.com to learn more about this game and its top-notch range of miniatures. Keep connected.